बंद करो इसको। F5 स्किप प्रेस कर छोटा साइज में कोई
Hello friends, welcome to the third CV talk. Today's topic is data structures segment tree by Abhinav Sharma. So quickly we'll get his background and we'll start. So till date he has hosted 2 CV talks, breadth first search and depth first search. In it he gave a basic idea behind graph exploration algo and how they can be used in line followers and grid followers. And the second talk which he took is optimization in computer algorithms, in which he showed us how execution time of any algo can be improved using binary search. And then expertise, web development, and he knows languages MySQL and PHP, which I used to interact with databases on server, and he is also familiar with JavaScript. And he also works on he also participates in competitive programming competitions, and he stood first in Epiphany twice. Epiphany till now 5 events has taken place, out of which in 3 he designed the problems, and in 2 in which he participated he was the first. So it's nice. And he stood for 91st in ICPC 2013. And in college he was second, his team. Also he has a blog, codeaccepted.wordpress.com, in which he shares new algos which will be helpful if you participate in competitive programming competitions. So it is nice. So without wasting any time, we will start the CV talk. I will hand it over to Avin.
Okay, hello all. Before we start, I want to know how many of you are from non-computer engineering branch. Yeah. So if you have any doubt in between, please ask me, because it is possible that some of the things you may not be familiar with, and I may skip them by mistake. Okay. So if you just get confused anywhere, please ask. And in general, I want to tell everyone that this should be an interactive session. I want to make you think. Not to tell you that ऐसा होता है, this is a fact, please remember this. Not like that. I want to make you think and I want to make you understand. So please ask me as much questions as possible. 1 घंटे में ये सब्जेक्ट पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा. But please ask me as much questions as possible. तुम्हें ही advantage होगा उसका. Okay? And yeah, for good questions we have bribe here, chocolates. And for good answers also we have a bribe here, good chocolates again. So एक motivation और मिल गया जिनको चाहिए. Otherwise इनको नहीं चाहिए वो तो पूछेंगे ही वैसे ही. Okay, so now the introduction first. This is the topics in brief. I'll start with the first one. Now tell me, what do you understand by a data structure? What do you mean by data structure? Second year में पढ़ लिया, third semester में, but actually में data structure का meaning क्या है? Chocolates. कोई भी बोलो, just say anything. मुझे बस एक idea चाहिए कि where you are standing right now. Anybody? Gurvinder? So मत यार please. What is a data structure? Set of data. Okay, ठीक है. पता लग गया overview मुझे.
How the data is stored.
Yeah. Basically अगर हम एकदम baseline पे देखें तो वही होता है data structure. You know, अगर हम अपने data को efficient way में organize करें, it can help us a lot to reduce the time that computations are taking. As you will soon see, data structures मतलब हम use इसलिए करते हैं because we need to reduce our time. Execution time हमें कम करना है programs का. Time complexity कम करनी है. You all are familiar with complexity, right? complexity is basically how much time the program takes to run. Because अगर प्रोग्राम बहुत देर लगा रहा है चलने का, ऑब्वियसली वी वोंट लाइक इट. सो कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर्स का बेसिक एम यही रहता है कि जो प्रोग्राम है उसका टाइम ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन कम करें. ओके, सो डेटा स्ट्रक्चर इज द गोल ऑफ ए डेटा स्ट्रक्चर इज टू रिड्यूस टाइम taken by the program to run by organizing the data efficiently. Okay, next. I'll go through the topics as we okay, this is what I just said right now. And if our data structure is efficient, it can reduce minutes to seconds, and I will show you how. मैं तुम्हें program run करके दिखाऊंगा how minutes are reduced to seconds, to mere seconds. Next. Okay, एक डेटा स्ट्रक्चर सीखने का बेस्ट तरीका यही है दैट आई टेल यू वेयर इज इट रिक्वायर्ड, क्यों चाहिए हमें वो. तो सेगमेंट ट्रीज की नीड डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करने के लिए आई हैव गिवन यू दिस प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट. जस्ट रीड इट एंड देन टेल मी व्हाट सोल्यूशन डू यू थिंक इज पॉसिबल. I know you are all familiar with arrays, right? So we have an array of n integers. N can be anything, and n can be as large as 10 raised to power 6. Why we are taking such large limits? That is because in real world, जब हम एक्चुअली में IRCTC की बात करते हैं, फिर किसी बैंक की बात करते हैं, we are actually dealing with such large data. कुछ 100 या फिर 10 नहीं होता जैसे हम लैब में करते थे. It is in the order of this 10 raised to power 6. Okay? So हमारे we can have an array that is as large as 10 raised to power 6. And then we have m queries. Queries, we have to answer those queries. अब queries किस तरह की हैं? Each query is that we are given two integers l and r, and we have to find the maximum of all the integers between a l, l plus 1, l plus 2 till a r. Got it? जो l और r range दी गई है उसमें मुझे maximum number find करना है. That is one query, and we have 10 raised to power 5 queries like that. Next. Okay, so as an example, suppose we have this array of size 16. Okay, so in the indexes will obviously be from 0 to 15, right? And if our query is 1, 1, 3, so that means that the answer will be the maximum of these three numbers, which is 62. Fine. And if the query is 5, 9, the answer will be maximum of all these till from 5 till 9, and that is 77. And query 0, 15 means the maximum of the whole array, which is 99, and 12 means the element itself. 12, 19. Am I clear so far? Have you all understood the problem statement? Okay. So no. Before we proceed further, now tell me what solution will you write if given this problem statement?
Sorting plus.
No. But if we sort the array, the positions will be altered, right? Because if I sort this array, then I won't remember what number was present at 5th location. And the queries are based on the initial locations. मतलब अगर मैं sort कर दूंगा तो ये 2 तो beginning में जाएगा और उसका initial position lost हो गया. ये जो L और R दिए गए हैं, this is with respect to the initial position, and we are not allowed to alter the initial positions. So sorting is not a solution because उससे हाँ
एक वैल्यू लेके उसमें सेव कर देंगे, अगर वो नेक्स्ट वैल्यू उससे हायर है तो वो वैल्यू उसमें आ जाएगी, वरना वही रहेगी.
Yeah, right. So we will start from L and we will go to L plus 1, then we'll go to L plus 2, then we'll go to L plus 3, and then we'll go till R this way, right? So we will look at all the elements once. This is called an iterative solution. We are iterating from L to R. Next. So simple solution is iterate from L to R and keep track of the maximum number found. So uska code, if you just look at a rough code, it is like this. We first assign array L as maximum, and then we iterate from L till R, and if we find that the array element is more than the current maximum, we change the maximum. Fine. A very simple solution. बहुत जल्दी कोड हो जाएगा, लेकिन इसकी रन टाइम बहुत ज़्यादा है. I will show you right now कि कैसे ज़्यादा है. Now what is the meaning of naive? Naive means that it is ये बिना सोचे समझे हमने ऐसी बिना much thought spend करे we have just coded this. Because this is ये एकदम सामने दिख रहा है solution कि obviously this is the solution, but this is not a very good approach. That is why this is called naive approach. ये एक word है जो मैं थोड़ा use करूँगा. That's why I'm telling you the meaning. Next one. Okay, back. Okay, so to show you why this approach is not good, I have made a program and I will show you its runtime. Just a minute. Okay. So थोड़ा ज़्यादा फाइल्स हो गई हैं, सॉरी फॉर दैट, बट आई थिंक यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, ये जो फाइल है इन नाम की, इसमें मैंने टेस्ट केस स्टोर किया है. इसका साइज, एक मिनट, इसका साइज देखिए 10.2 MB. इसमें एक एरे है जिसका साइज है 10⁶ एंड इट हैज़ 10⁵ क्वेरीज. यानी जो मैक्सिमम मैंने लिमिट्स बोली थी वो सब यूटिलाइज किए इसने. इतना बड़ा एरे है और उतनी सारी क्वेरीज हैं. ओके, एंड ये मेरे पास मेरा नाइव सोल्यूशन है एंड आई रन दिस नाइव सोल्यूशन ऑन दिस. याद है ना टर्मिनल की कमांड्स, आई मीन जीसीसी और वो सब करते थे, बस वही है. So GCC knife compiled, and then I am giving this. I am giving the program input that file जिसमें वो बड़ा टेस्ट केस है, and I am using a Ubuntu command called time. This is used to time our program कि कितना टाइम लगा एग्जीक्यूट करने में. अब before I press enter and start this execution, give me one guess कि कितना टाइम लगेगा इसे एग्जीक्यूट होने में. 10⁵ क्वेरीज हैं, 10⁶ बड़ा एरे है, कितना टाइम लगेगा? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? गिव मी एनी नंबर. आई नो यू कैनॉट गिव मी एन इन्फॉर्म्ड गेस, बट जस्ट से एनीथिंग. हाँ, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10⁵ seconds. ओके, सो लेट्स रन इट. 1 मिनट. इसका आउटपुट, वो आउटपुट दिखा रहा है सब, इसलिए ज़्यादा स्क्रीन खराब हो रही है. So I'll just store this output in OUT ताकि स्क्रीन में वो ना हो. ओके, यहाँ पे रन कराइए and while it is running, let us analyze this solution ourselves. So for each, तुमने for loop देख ली जो भी रन हो रही है, right? So it means that for each query we are looking at r minus l plus 1 numbers, right? अगर 2,5 है, l is 2 and r is 5, we are looking at 2, 3, 4, 5. So to r minus l plus 1 numbers को हम एनालाइज कर रहे हैं, right? So each query we have to look at r minus l plus 1 numbers, and as n can be as large as 10⁶. Therefore the worst case is this. जब हमें पूरे एरे का मैक्सिमम फाइंड करना है, क्योंकि जब हमें पूरे एरे का मैक्सिमम फाइंड करना है, we have to iterate from the beginning till the end. वो सबसे वर्स्ट केस हो गया, उसमें टाइम सबसे ज़्यादा रहेगा. तो we need 10⁶ operations to find the answer in this case, in the worst case. अब सपोज करो कि सारी क्वेरीज ऐसी हैं, सब क्वेरीज में मुझे वर्स्ट केस के साथ ही डील करना है. तो उसका क्या मतलब है कि 10⁵ क्वेरीज मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 10⁶ फॉर ईच क्वेरी. सो 10⁻11 ऑपरेशंस. इतने सारे ऑपरेशन करेगा ये वाला प्रोग्राम जो अभी बैकग्राउंड में चल रहा है, राइट? नेक्स्ट. नाउ रफली स्पीकिंग, अगर एक नॉर्मल 2.5 GHz का प्रोसेसर है i5, दिस इज एन i5, सो इट विल टेक वेरी लेस टाइम फॉर 10⁻7 और लेस ऑपरेशंस. 10⁸ के लिए थोड़ा इतना 1 सेकंड से थोड़ा कम लेगा, 9 के लिए 3 to 4 सेकंड्स लेगा, और 11 के लिए वो बढ़ता जाएगा. इट विल कीप ऑन इंक्रीजिंग फॉर मोर ऑपरेशंस. और ये प्रोग्राम तो n² कम्प्लेक्सिटी का है, एक तरह से, सॉरी n कम्प्लेक्सिटी का है. हर एक क्वेरी n में आंसर हो रही है, राइट? राइट. सो on फॉर ईच क्वेरी एंड m क्वेरी, सो omn एक तरह से. सो लेट्स सी वो खत्म हुआ कि नहीं. अभी भी चल रहा है क्या? मेरे ख्याल से तो ऐसे ही है. इट्स स्टिल एग्जीक्यूटिंग. हाँ, या आई थिंक वील हैव टू वेट अ लिटिल फॉर इट. तब तक आई विल स्टार्ट. ओके, अच्छा हो गया, सॉरी. सो इट टुक 1 minute 58 seconds फॉर इट, फॉर एग्जीक्यूशन. 2 मिनट लगे उसको 10⁵ क्वेरीज आंसर करने के लिए. अब सिर्फ मैक्स ढूंढने के लिए इतना टाइम लग रहा है, तो क्या करेंगे हम? इतना छोटा सा आंसर था, मतलब मैक्स ही ढूंढना था. अभी इसके अलावा बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स चीज़ें करनी हो सकती है कंप्यूटर साइंस में. इतनी सिंपल चीज़ के लिए अगर हम 2 मिनट लगा रहे हैं, दैट इज़ नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल. सो जो सेगमेंट ट्री है, दैट कैन बी यूज टू ऑप्टिमाइज दिस ऑपरेशन. अगर हम सेगमेंट ट्री यूज करेंगे, वी कैन परफॉर्म दिस ऑपरेशन इन मच लेस टाइम. आई विल रन द सेगमेंट ट्री कोड टू. When I explain it to you, I'll run that too. So now I'll start the actual topic of this lecture, segment trees. Okay. So first of all, the main principle of segment tree, the thing that it is based on, it is that if we have two arrays, 3, 5, 2, and the second array is this one, okay? So इसका maximum क्या हुआ 5, इसका maximum क्या हुआ 22. Now suppose that we combine this array into and make one array. ये एक array बन गया 3, 5, 2, 6, 22, 1, 6, 10. इनको combine करके अगर अब मुझे इसका maximum find करना है, I don't need to iterate over all these elements. अगर मुझे इसका maximum और इसका maximum पता है, I'll just find the maximum of those two numbers, and that is the maximum of my whole array. ये बहुत simple सी चीज़ है, but this is the main concept that you need to understand before I start segment trees. The maximum of an array is the maximum of its two composite arrays, right? कोई doubt? Okay. ठीक है. अब ये मेरा main array था. मैंने पहले वाले example में भी यही लिया था. 39, 962, 2, 6, 39 till 99. ये मेरा main array था, right? अब ये तो मुझे मेमोरी चाहिए ही होगी. I will need to declare this much memory. ये 16 variables की memory मुझे चाहिए. Apart from that, I declare these many variables. These are extra variables, okay? And I will tell you how I am using them. This variable right here, it will contain the maximum of these two variables. This, so 30 और 9 का maximum क्या है? 30. Thank you. 30. And 62 और 2 का maximum है 62 और and so on. ये सब मैंने ऐसे भर दिए. अब उसके बाद ये नोट, this will store the maximum of 0 to 3, यानी कि इन सब का. Now if you recall the principle of segment trees, मुझे फिर से iterate करने की जरूरत नहीं है. I will just find the maximum of these two numbers, right? तो मुझे इस पूरे array का maximum मिल गया. In a similar way, मुझे अब ये नोट कंस्ट्रक्ट करनी है जो 4 से लेके 7 तक का maximum find करेगी. उसके लिए मैं इन दोनों का maximum देखूंगा, and I'll find the maximum of 4 to 7, and then for this node it stores a maximum of 8 to 11, and to find this value I just need to find the maximum of these two, and so on. ये भी ऐसे कंस्ट्रक्ट हो गया, ये भी इन दोनों का मैक्सिमम लेके कंस्ट्रक्ट हो गया, ये भी ऐसे कंस्ट्रक्ट हो गया और ये भी ऐसे कंस्ट्रक्ट हो गया, राइट? तो जस्ट रिवाइजिंग अगेन, यहाँ पे मैंने शुरू में सब एरे एलिमेंट्स ऐसे पढ़े हुए हैं, फिर मैंने दो दो को लेके उनका मैक्सिमम फाइंड किया, एंड देन आई फाउंड आउट द मैक्सिमम ऑफ 4, एंड देन आई फाउंड आउट द मैक्सिमम ऑफ 8, एंड देन 16. ये these two represent the maximum of 8 numbers, 8 और 8, and this represents the maximum of whole array. Got it? Any problem? ठीक है? Okay. So now suppose that I have a query 415, यानी कि I have to find the maximum of 4 till 15. So now what I'll do is I will not iterate from 6 to 99 like I did in the previous solution. I will just look at two variables, this one and this one. This one stores the maximum of 8 to 15, and this one stores the maximum of 4 to 7. So 4 to 7 का maximum 77 है, and the maximum of 8 to 15 is 99. So obviously, if I want to find the maximum of 4 to 15, I will just look at the maximum of these two, right? Any problem here? So I'll just give you one more example just to be clear. What if I need to find out the maximum of 4 to 11? In case of 4 to 11, I will look at this node and I will look at this node, and the maximum of those two is the maximum of 4 to 11. And in case I need to find the maximum of 1 to 15, I need this node 8 to 15, 4 to 7, 2 to 3, and this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I just used 4 variables to find the maximum of 1 to 15. And if I need the maximum of 0 to 15, I just need one look, only one look. If you look at this closely, you will find that you never need to look at more than you never need to look at more than twice of log to the base 2 n numbers. इससे ज़्यादा numbers को, इससे ज़्यादा variables को तुम्हें देखने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. If you correctly implement this, for any query there is no query for which you have to look at more than this. अब इसमें n कितना है? 16 है ना? So it will be 4 into 2. 8 variables से ज़्यादा तुम्हें कभी किसी को देखने की तुम्हें ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. और suppose that the query is 1 to 14. उसके लिए कौन कौन से? 4 to 7, 8 to 11, 2 to 3 and 9. 9 ये 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 7, 8 to 11, 10 to 12 to 13 and 14. This is the worst case. इसमें मुझे 6 को देखना पड़ा. 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 7, and then 8 to 11, 12 to 13 and 14. I needed to look at 6 variables to find the maximum in this case, and this is the worst case. इससे खराब कभी ये करेगा ही नहीं. I will not need to look at more than this much variables, right? तो in the previous algorithm, in the worst case I used to look at n variables. जितना बड़ा एरे था उस सबको देखना पड़ा था मुझे, जब मेरा क्वेरी थी 0 से लेके n-1 तक की. Getting 0 to 999,999. In that case I had to look at the whole array, and that was the worst case. In this, the worst case is something else. 1 to 14 है इसका worst case, and in the worst case also it is we only need to look at how many 6 variables. Okay, now यानी कि twice of log n variables. एक minute. Okay, I'll just ask you a question. What if I need to find the maximum of 7 to 15? Sorry, 9 to 15. You tell me which variables do I need to look at? 9 to 15 का maximum चाहिए. No series. 8 to 15? No, yeah.
9
I want 9 to 15. So which variables do I need to look?
9 to 11,
10 to 11, 12 to 15 and 9 itself. And 9 itself, right? Okay, just for the sake of clarity, एक और बार करते हैं कुछ. 6 to, let's say 6 to 13. 6 to 13.
8 to 11 and 6 to 7.
6 to 7, 8 to 11 and 12 13. Right? Now you can run endless queries in your mind, but you'll never find जब तुम्हें इससे ज़्यादा nodes को refer करना पड़े. Now what is this structure called? A tree structure, a binary tree. See, this is called a binary tree because every node has two child. So that's why it's called binary, right? And it forms a kind of tree. That's why we call it a tree. Fine. Okay. So this is a binary tree with height. What is its height?
4.
Log to the base 2n. In other words, ये log बहुत जगह आता है computer engineering में, and it really is a magical number. I'll show you afterwards also. Now, okay, next. Now we're clear with this, right? Okay, next. So in segment tree, no matter what the query is, we will be required to look at only this much numbers maximum. Now, so log, in case we have 10⁻⁶ numbers, in that case we will be looking at maximum 40 nodes. The value of this is 20. Log to the base 2 10⁻⁶. 2⁻20 is 1048576. 10⁻⁶ nearly. So log to the base 2 10⁻⁶ is 20, and 40 is the maximum number of nodes we need to look at to find the answer of a query, in case n is that large. Okay, so and there are 10⁻⁵ queries, so the total number of operations required in answering each query is 10⁻⁵ into 40, which is equal to 4 into 10⁻⁶, which is just fine. Obviously I showed you that that slide. Less than 10⁻⁷ operations, they just get performed like that, just like that. Now I will show you how segment tree runs. Before I run this, I again want some guesses from you all. पहले वाले ने कितना टाइम लिया था? 2 minutes, nearly 2 minutes, 60 seconds, right? Now I want to guess from you all, how much time will this take?
30 seconds.
Now let segment tree speak. 0.313 seconds. It's less than even 1 second. It's less than 0.5 seconds. इतना fast answer किया इसने. जिस problem में exactly same input मैंने दोनों को दिया. पहले वाली algorithm को भी वही input मिला था, and even the second algorithm got the same input. The first one took 2 minutes. This one took 0.3 seconds. Claps for segment tree. Okay. Yeah. Let's get back to the slide. Okay, so segment trees consume less time. We have known it now. But was that answer correct? Was that answer correct? Because that is the first thing you need to know about an algorithm. उसकी complexity जितनी मर्जी कम होए, अगर वो गलत आंसर दे रहा है वो किसी काम का नहीं है, right? वो किसी काम का नहीं है if it is giving wrong answer on even one query, because that means कि कुछ customers बहुत गुस्सा हो जाएंगे, ICTC पे पैसे मार लिए ऐसे बोलेंगे. Okay. So to check that, I will use another Ubuntu command called diff, D-I-F-F. I'll show you how it works before I use it to tell you that the answer was actually correct. So I make one file here, nano A, and ABC stored है इसमें, okay? And I make a file called nano B, इसमें ABD stored है. Fine. So these two files are different. Now I use diff A B. Now it will tell me where the file was differing. Where was it different, right? So it told me कि यहाँ पे इस line में different हो रहा है. And suppose the both files were same. A में ABC था, इसमें भी मैं ABC डाल रहा हूँ. And I use diff A B. So no output. Fine. Now if you look there closely, the output of the first algorithm was in out, and the output of the second was in out 2. Fine. So I'll just use diff out and out 2. There was no output. Obviously, it means that that both the algorithms gave the same output, but with a considerable difference in the running time. Okay, so if you observe data structures and many algorithms, you will find out that in most cases there is always a trade-off between the memory required, I mean the memory that the algorithm is consuming, and the time that it is taking. See, the old algorithm, it ran in what? ON. Every query was answered in ON, and the space, that was one for each element. I mean जितनी array की size है उतनी space चाहिए हमें, extra space नहीं चाहिए. But segment tree, it consumes more space. We have to declare more variables to make that tree. वो tree लाना है. We have to declare these many variables. Not only that, we have to declare variables to make these links also, right? So this algorithm requires much more memory than the first approach, but its results are really great. Back. So in all cases, there is always a trade-off between memory and time. Okay, so who can tell me what is the maximum number of nodes in a segment tree?
Maximum twice.
What is the maximum number of nodes in a segment tree? 2n minus 1. पहले बढ़ गया है क्या? Right now? You observe right now? That's great. That's great. Catch. Because actually I was thinking that I have to what? बोला उसने. Next time बोलना तू. Actually I was thinking that some explanation will be required on that part. So I thought that you'll not be able to. But I'll still explain.
Abhinav, give one to him also. Small one.
Who says the answer, he'll get the chocolate. Okay, yeah, don't cry. Okay, so how 2n minus 1? Okay.
Which one?
Huh?
Which slide do you want?
3 1. So I have n variables here, and I have n by 2 variables here, n by 4, and then n by 8, and n by 16. Right? So if you just sum up that GP, you'll find out that the answer is 2n minus 1. Great job. Okay. Okay. So the second question is, what is the time required to build a segment tree? Complexity में बताओ या फिर number of operations में बताओ. It is okay. Huh? How much? How much? No, not n log n. Only one try. The time required to make a segment tree is O(n). As there are 2n minus 1 variables. So to construct each variable, I just need to run this thing. Value of each variable is equal to max of left child dot value comma right child dot value. Right? If I want to find the value of a node, I have to run this thing. The value of each node is the maximum of the left child's value and the right child's value. 3. In this case, the value that should be here is the maximum of 49 and 99. Right? So the equation is this. Understood? Have you got this equation? Sure. So now this equation is run for each of these, and this is done in O1. ये तो एक ही ऑपरेशन है, एंड आई नीड टू परफॉर्म n operations. I have to perform n operations like this. So the time to construct a segment tree is on. On में हो जाएगा. In other words, जितना array का size है, twice of that में the segment tree will be constructed. Okay. Now for time for each query. As I told you earlier, the time for each query is twice log n. So basically it is big of log n. Okay. Okay, so in this example, the segment tree was constructed to find the maximum of a range. We were given an array of numbers and we had to find the maximum of a range of numbers. What if we have to find the minimum of a range? Can we do that? What change is required on that part? यहाँ पे minimum कर दो बस, हो गया. हो गया, ठीक है. Okay, so that is simple. What about finding the sum of a range? Can that be done? हाँ, just this. Left 12 plus right 12, right? Now my question is the better question here, that okay, we can find the sum of a range using a segment tree, but should we do that?
No.
Okay, why?
Memory.
Huh?
Why should we wait the memory?
Why? I mean, I have to find it, so why not use it? What's your point?
I mean, why to waste memory by using segment tree when we have the option like directly we can use a pointer, array pointer.
Again, iterate it.
Yes, from the
No, but
index.
again, iterating from L to R, it has the same drawbacks that I demonstrated before.
But because there is no point of comparison.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
summing.
There is no point. Why? I mean, yeah, comparison की जरूरत नहीं है, but still I have to add each variable, right? वो
Same in both the methods. Sum is same.
no, just a minute. If I want to find the sum of 0 till 9, I have to start from 0, I equal to 0, till I is less than equal to 9, right? तो पूरा जाना पड़ेगा मुझे I plus plus करते करते. अब again I have 10 is for 5 queries. अगर सारी queries हों 0 to 15, तो हर बार every time I'll go from 0 to n minus 1, 0 to n minus 1, again and again, and again the complexity will be the same. Because maximum में भी हम iterate कर रहे थे ना शुरू से लेके end तक, and इसमें भी हम वही solution अभी हम try कर रहे हैं. We're iterating from the beginning till the end. Are you getting me? Yeah.
We can take 10 values.
Huh?
We can take 10 values together and sum.
10 values में?
You have taken 2 values for comparison.
Okay, yeah. No, but see, like there exists a binary tree, there also exists a ternary tree and a quaternary tree. जैसे binary में 2 child होते हैं, वैसे ही ternary में 3 child होंगे हर एक node के, और quaternary में 4 होंगे. But it is found by many experiments कि अगर हम ternary से आगे जाएंगे, it will not benefit us much. वो बहुत complicated हो जाएगा. It will become much complicated. So we best stick to binary or ternary. Okay. Now give me tell me why were you saying that iterating is best? Who else was saying that? I mean, I just need you to be clear with this concept. Do you understand why iterating is not good? Why is it not good?
Time consuming.
Yeah, because for every query I have to go from the beginning till the end. If a query is 0 till n minus 1, that is the worst case. So, and I have 10 is for 5 queries like that. So it will take a lot of time, right? And if I do it in a segment tree, it will take log n time to answer each query and on time to construct the array, the segment tree. What happened?
सर डायरेक्ट एरे बनाते हुए तो कर सकते हैं.
क्या डायरेक्ट array?
सर सम स्टोर कराते हैं सर 0 पे 30 और 1 पे 30 प्लस 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually going to tell you, that don't use segment tree for this question. But those of you who still believe that iterating is a good solution, no one, right? Okay. But if we construct a segment tree, it will be next tree वाला.
Tree. Segment tree.
हाँ, next. This one. So if I want to construct a segment tree for sum of a range, this will contain what? 102, right? यहाँ पे 102 होएगा, और यहाँ पे होगा 19 plus 49 which is equal to 68. यहाँ पे होगा 83 plus 12 which is 95. Right? ऐसे ही सारी nodes they will be constructed using the formula value equal to left dot value plus right dot value. And the number at the top will be the sum of the whole array. And the number here will be the sum of 8 to 15. There will be the sum of 0 to 7 and so on. जो भी यहाँ पे लिखा है range उसका sum हर एक नोड में हो जाएगा. And then if I want to find say the sum of 8 to 13, then I have to look at 8 to 11 and 12 to 13, just like the old one. But the only difference is that the equation that we are using, it will be changed to this thing, value equal to left dot value plus right dot value. Am I clear? But still, this will take what? O(n) time to construct and log(n) time to answer a query. But we don't need to do this because there is a much better way to do this, and I'll tell you that. It is called dynamic programming. I'm sure you have heard of it. Have you heard of it? So, again some sample queries. For 1, 2, 3, the output will be 14, 7 to 9, 23. You can check it, it's right. I use a calculator. So, clear? I mean, have you understood the problem here? We're doing sum instead of max. Next.
Abhinav, what is O(n) time?
O(n) time means, it's good you asked back.
I also didn't.
It's good you asked this. See, in computer engineering, we grade algorithms according to their complexity. Complexity is basically like we are trying to say in a different language how much time it will take to execute. If we find the maximum of an array using that method from beginning till end, how much time will it take? N iterations, right? Because if the size of the array is n, we have to do n operations. So that is why it's called O(n). Now an equation like this, it just requires one computation, one operation. So it is called O(1), means it is constant. It will not be affected by any size. I mean, अगर हमारे पास array है n का, उसे traverse करने का तो different होएगा ना. अगर array बड़ा हुआ तो ज़्यादा time लेगा, कम हुआ तो कम time लेगा. So that is variable. That is why it's called O(n). ये
कितनी बार साइकिल चली वो टोटल
how many iterations? How many iterations?
इटरेशन?
Now if we have a nested loop, do you remember what a nested loop is? एक loop के अंदर loop. So, and if the loop is like this, for I equal to 1, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. And here I have another loop for j equal to 1, j is less than equal to n, j plus plus. In this case, इस loop की complexity क्या है? अंदर वाली loop that is running from 1 to n, उसकी complexity है O(n). अभी बाहर वाली loop भी n में run, ये भी n iterations कर रही है. Means total number of iterations will be n square. That is why this is called big O of n square. Big omega is the big O is the it is the sign of complexity. You know, just understand it like that for now. Okay, got it. So whatever algorithm runs in one go, एक ही go में खत्म हो गया. जैसे maximum find करने के लिए we just used to iterate from the beginning till the end once. That is called O(n), and things like this are called O(n) square. Got it? Okay. So next. So we will construct this second array, and how we will construct this second array, I'll tell you right now. See, this element will contain the sum of 0, only 0. This element will contain the sum of 0 and 1. 2 will contain the sum of 0, 1 and 2. 3 will contain the sum of 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 will contain the sum of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? So in general, array 2, this is array 2, this is array 1. In general, array 2i is the summation from j equal to 0 till j equal to I of array 1. Right? So array 12 will contain the summation of array 1 from 0 to 12. Just fine. Now if I want to find the sum of this range from 9 to 15, then what I have to do is
15 minus
array of 15 minus array of 8, right? जैसे हम नेचुरल नंबर्स में करते हैं, अगर हमें a से लेके b तक का सम फाइंड करना है तो b into b plus 1/2, that is the sum of numbers from 1 to b minus a into a minus 1/2. which is the sum of numbers from 1 to a minus 1. So we'll get the sum of numbers from a to b, and we're using that same concept here. So the formula is array to r minus array to l minus 1. Got it? So for each query I can do it in how much complexity? O1. O1 में हर एक query आंसर हो जाएगी, and there are m queries, so we will just need m operations. O1 में सारी queries आंसर हो जाएंगी. So this is just an example. Next. This is known as dynamic programming. But now tell me, why couldn't we do this thing on maximum? ये चीज मैक्सिमम में क्यों नहीं हो सकती थी? मैक्सिमम में भी ये कर ही सकते हैं क्या?
जिसमें आंसर हमें चाहिए, प्रीवियस आंसर स्टोर करना होता है, उसमें मैक्सिमम वाले में प्रीवियस आंसर स्टोर नहीं करा सकते, ऐसी भी रेंज हो सकती है, लेकिन इसके अंदर आंसर स्टोर करा दिया पहले से.
या आई मीन वो मैक्सिमम किसका था वो अभी हमें याद नहीं रहेगा.
लोकेशन नहीं था.
हाँ
सम में प्रीवियस वाली वैल्यू पे डिपेंड करता है.
हाँ राइट. हाँ उसमें प्रीवियस वाले पे डिपेंड नहीं करता. राइट. एनी कंफ्यूजन इन दिस पॉइंट? श्योर. मैक्स नहीं हो सकता, मिन भी नहीं हो सकता, सम हो सकता है, इवन मल्टीप्लाई भी हो सकता है. अगर हमें एक रेंज का मल्टीप्लाई करना है, दिस इज कॉल्ड अ रेंज क्वेरी. सी जो मैं एल से लेके आर के बीच में कर रहा हूँ, दिस इज कॉल्ड अ रेंज क्वेरी. मिनिमम, मैक्सिमम, सम, मल्टीप्लिकेशन, कुछ भी. ओके नेक्स्ट. ओके दिस सो फर्स्ट स्लाइड पहले वाली. Okay, now the second thing is, what if some elements, array elements needed to be changed? अगर मुझे कुछ array elements को change करना पड़े बीच में, वो tree I mean suppose हाँ tree वाला नहीं
इसी slide.
the same slide, just open the tree. So what if I have to change this 50 to say 10? इस 51 को मुझे 10 बनाना है. अगर वो पुराना algorithm जो देखे naive algorithm, in that case the change can be done in O1. सिंपली वो एरे का एलिमेंट चेंज कर दो, बाकी सब क्वेरीज में मतलब हम वैसे ही सारे एलिमेंट्स को देख रहे हैं तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा, राइट? लेकिन इस केस में इफ आई चेंज दिस 51 टू समथिंग एल्स, इट इज पॉसिबल. सपोज आई चेंज दिस 51 टू 100, ओके 100, इट इज एंड सो दिस शुड बी एक्चुअली 100, राइट? एंड इवन दिस शुड बी 100, एंड इवन दिस शुड बी 100, एंड इवन दिस शुड बी 100. सो इफ in case of a segment tree, if I need to change any array element, I will need to echo that change to stay till the root. मुझे हर एक नोड पे जो अफेक्ट हो रही है उसके चेंज से, I have to change that value. I have to change this one, this one, this one, and this one. In case I change this 22 to say 10, मुझे इसको चेंज करना पड़ेगा, इसको. इस केस में कुछ चेंज नहीं हो रहा because maximum तो 77 ही रहेगा, but still I have to look at those. I have to make that change. Now अगर हम summation की बात करें, we just prove that we don't need to make a segment tree for summing of a range. नहीं चाहिए ना segment tree, because dynamic programming is giving us a much better solution, right? But in case we have an array and we need to make some changes in it also, मतलब हमें array दे दिया and sometimes they are asking us कि what is the what is the sum of elements from L to R, and sometimes they are making us change some values. फिर से वो क्वेरी पूछते हैं and again they make us change some values. In that case summing और changing दोनों साथ साथ हो रही है. उस केस में segment tree करना पड़ेगा sum के लिए use. Why? Because we need a good runtime for answering a query and we need a good runtime for updating also. The naive algorithm, it gives us an O1 time for updating, but it gives us a very bad complexity for query answering. But this algorithm, it gives us O log n time for query answering as well as O log n time for updating. So दोनों काम अच्छे से हो रहे हैं. And log का बात ये है कि इतने बड़े नंबर को वो 20 में चेंज कर देगा, right? इतने बड़े नंबर का just 20 हो जाएगा. So if I have an array of size 10⁶, I'll just need to make 20 changes to update the segment tree. विच इज ओके, थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा करें तो क्या हुआ, हमें क्वायरी के लिए कितना अच्छा मिल रहा है, हमें रनिंग टाइम मिल रहा है, राइट. So now application of segment trees. For that I will tell you. For example, actually application of segment trees it is not so. Yeah.
सर आपके लिए कि अपडेट करना है और फिर उसके बाद सम करना है.
Yeah.
जो आपने अपडेट किया उसमें जैसे L में अपडेट किया, L to R में कोई भी एलिमेंट अपडेट किया, उन दोनों का सब्ट्रैक्शन कर ले और L to R का सम निकाल ले यूजिंग डायनेमिक प्रोग्रामिंग, और जो अपडेट किया तो उसे ऐड कर दे.
Yeah. Just say it again, please.
सर जैसे L to R है,
हाँ हाँ.
आपने कोई भी एलिमेंट अपडेट करना है, फॉर एग्जांपल
I have to update I.
आई एलिमेंट अपडेट किया.
Yeah.
तो उसके लिए क्या कर सकते हैं हम, L to R का सम निकाल लें डायनेमिक प्रोग्रामिंग से, और जितना अपडेट किया उतना ऐड कर दें.
हाँ, but yeah, okay. I should have talked about that before actually. Back. I'll tell you how much. Back. Okay. So if I have to change this element to 5, then I have to change all these elements. Are you telling me that if I have to change one element, then I should change the corresponding elements, right? But see, even that has a worst case. Supposing I change this element, so then I'll have to change only this element. अगर मैं इसे 5 से 10 बना दिया, then I'll just make it 101, right? But what if I make this element 17? In that case, I'll have to make change in all these elements, right? See, this is called a prefix sum array, because this is array 2 of 6 stores the sum of the first 6 elements. I mean first 7 elements actually. So this is a kind of prefix sum array. इसका जो prefix है उसका sum store कर रहा है वो. तो अगर मैं इसमें चेंज करूंगा तो भी मुझे पूरा आगे तक जाना पड़ेगा. अगर मेरी सारी चेंजेस उसी एलिमेंट में हो रही हैं तो मुझे हर एक क्वेरी के लिए पूरा n जाना पड़ेगा. So the worst case for this algorithm is also on.
एंड चेंज क्यों करना है सर, वहाँ तक का सम और उन दोनों डिफरेंस बाद में ऐड कर देना है.
किसका हाँ
सर चेंज क्यों करना है, पूरा सम पूरी एरे से जैसा आपने पहले वाले 0 इंडेक्स पे 10 किया.
हाँ ठीक है.
इन दोनों डिफरेंस 3 आया.
हाँ हाँ
तो लास्ट इंडेक्स से 96 प्लस 3 कर दो सर, चेंज नहीं करना उसको.
हाँ ओके. लास्ट इंडेक्स में मैंने 96 प्लस 3 कर दिया, एंड इवन मैंने फर्स्ट में मैंने 7 प्लस 3 10 कर दिया, राइट. बट इन सब का क्या,
चेंज करने की नहीं कह रहा.
हाँ
मतलब इसको ऐसे रहने दिया,
बाकी सबको ऐसे ही रहने दिया.
ऐसे ही रहने दिया.
ओके ठीक है. सो दिस वाज चेंज टू 10 एंड दिस इज 10 एंड दिस इज 99. ओके. नाउ सपोज आई हैव टू फाइंड द सम ऑफ 0 till 3. 0 से 3 तक का सम फाइंड करना है. इन दैट केस आंसर क्या होगा, 3 minus 0. यहाँ पे 0 हम अज्यूम करते हैं कि शुरू में 0 है, सो उसका आंसर होगा 21, राइट. नाउ दिस इज 10 plus 9 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6. हाउ मच इज दैट, 24.
सर 21 प्लस 3 कर दिया L और R.
हाँ लेकिन
R जो है वो R जो है उसमें प्लस करा है डिफरेंस L में.
लेकिन R हमें पता नहीं होगा ना बाद की कौन सा मिलेगा हमें क्वेरीज में.
तो इस केस में डिफरेंस की भी अलग मेमोरी यूज करनी पड़ेगी.
एक मिनट जस्ट टेल. हाँ
जैसे आपने 0 से लेके 3 इंडेक्स तक का दिया है सम.
हाँ
0 पोजीशन पे 10 कर दिया.
हाँ नहीं, लेकिन हमें कौन से सम आने वाले आगे हमें वो नहीं पता होएगा.
सर
बोल
L 3 तक का सम पता है, थर्ड पोजीशन तक का सम पता है. थर्ड पोजीशन प्लस जो चेंज किया है वो,
थर्ड पोजीशन प्लस वो जो चेंज किया वो. अब अगर मैंने बहुत सारी चेंज क्वेरीज की तो,
नहीं एरे में स्टोर कर लेते.
अरे ठीक है, मैंने n क्वेरीज की ऐसे, मतलब मैंने हर एक को कुछ करके चेंज करते रहा मैंने सबको चेंज किया मैंने.
सर वो चेंज परमानेंटली हुआ है टेंपरेरी हुआ?
जो चेंज वो परमानेंट है. ऐसा नहीं, इट इज नॉट दैट फॉर दैट अ चेंज इज देयर फॉर ओनली वन क्वेरी. द चेंज विल रिमेन देयर. एक बार एक एलिमेंट चेंज हो गया देन दैट एलिमेंट विल बी will retain its new value. It will not have its old value again. It will keep its new value, right? So okay, I'll just give you one example. Okay, suppose that I increment each of these by some number. मैंने किसी नंबर से इंक्रीमेंट कर दिया एंड मैंने एक एरे में स्टोर कर दिया कि ये, मैंने एक और एरे बनाया n साइज का. एरे 0 में मैंने स्टोर किया कि ये कितना अपडेट हुआ, एरे 1 में मैंने स्टोर किया कि ये कितना अपडेट हुआ, एंड सो ऑन. एरे n-1 में मैंने स्टोर किया कि ये कितना अपडेट हुआ. फाइन. नाउ इफ आई हैव टू आंसर अ क्वेरी लाइक 0 to 15, तो उस केस में मैं इनिशियली तो 96 minus 0 करूंगा तो 96 मिल गया, एंड देन आई हैव टू ऐड ऑल द नंबर्स इन दैट एरे. तो उस केस में मुझे इटरेट करना पड़ा ना पूरा वहां से वहां तक. एंड सपोज एक और क्वेरी, इफ आई हैव टू आंसर क्वेरी लाइक 5 till 10, then first of all I do 78 minus 27, उतना कर लिया, and then I have to iterate from 4 to 7 in the array, वो वाले array में जो अपडेट वाला array था, तो इटरेशन तो फिर भी आ गया ना इसके अंदर, एंड वी वांट टू अवॉइड इटरेशंस, गेट इट? आई मीन वो ठीक है कि मैंने स्टोर कर लिया, वो एक दो चेंजेस हुए तो चल जाएगा वो, लेकिन यहाँ पे बहुत सारे चेंजेस पॉसिबल हो सकते हैं, गेट इट?
एक ही एलिमेंट पे 4 चेंजेस हो गए तो सर
हाँ तो वो तो ठीक है, मैंने जैसे यहाँ पे पहले मैंने कुछ स्टोर किया था, सपोजिंग पहले 5th एरे 20 बन गया था, तो यहाँ पे 5 स्टोर हुआ था, यहाँ पे 5 स्टोर हुआ था, तो मैंने बाद में फिर से चेंज किया, मैंने +4 किया तो मैंने 9 कर दिया, वो तो ठीक है, मतलब वो तो हो जाएगा, बट द प्रॉब्लम स्टिल रिमेन्स कि आई हैव टू इटरेट फॉर सम केसेस.
Can you run the same algorithm on that?
What segment trees?
No, this algorithm.
Huh?
The added.
Again, the
वहाँ
things
पे-
will be computed.
Okay, what doubt he asked, right? That thing.
No, he was saying the updated value.
Updated
में
value में
फिर
फिर से
array
same-
होगा. तो वही बात हुई ना, इससे अच्छा पहले वाले में ही कर दे.
You want me to run this thing on?
Suppose 3 4 5 6 वैल्यूज चेंज हो रही है,
हाँ
उसी को हम लोग स्टोर कर रहे हैं किसी और एरे में,
हाँ हाँ
और फिर हमें नया डायनामिक सम चाहिए उसका,
हाँ हाँ.
तो हम उसी में सम करके यही एल्गोरिथम उसमें लगा दें और फिर अपडेट कर दें.
ऐसे कितने लगाओगे तुम?
Iteration
कितने
बराबर
कितने लेयर्स प्रोड्यूस करोगे ऐसे,
हाँ वो तो
है ना? कितने लेयर्स प्रोड्यूस करोगे? बिकॉज अगर एक चेंज हुआ तो वो एरे चेंज हो गया,
हाँ
अब तुम्हें उस पर फिर से लगाना
उस पर
पड़ेगा.
फिर से लगाना, हाँ.
बट द क्वेरीज कैन बी 10⁻5, इतने क्वेरीज हो सकती हैं, तो तुम क्या इतने सारे एरेज डिक्लेयर करोगे? आई मीन सपोजिंग देयर आर से 10⁻5 -1 क्वेरीज, पहले सब अपडेशन हो रही है, फिर लास्ट में एक क्वेरी हो रही है, तो पहले तो मतलब हर एक क्वेरी के लिए यू हैव टू मेक अ न्यू एरे, ऐसे 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 चलता रहेगा. इतनी सारी मेमोरी कहाँ से लाएंगे? बिकॉज नॉर्मल मशीन पे 10⁻9 से ज़्यादा डिक्लेयर नहीं हो पाती, 9 भी बहुत मुश्किल से होती है, उबुंटू में हो पाती, विंडोज़ पे नहीं हो पाती, सो वो बहुत ही एक्सपेंसिव हो जाएगा, मेमोरी वाइज एक्सपेंसिव हो जाएगा. इट्स ट्रू वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ मेमोरी एट आवर डिस्पोजल, बट स्टिल वी डोंट हैव दैट मच मेमोरी. ओके, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट it will take too much time also, it will get too complicated. Got it? Any other questions? Sure. No.
If right now we had binary segmented, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is segmentary only. Segmentary is binary only always.
You cannot have ternary or quaternary.
तो बेटर होगा.
Yeah, but
So,
as I said before that it has been proved that if we go above ternary, the results are not always for the good. They can go worse. खराब हो सकते हैं वो. बाइनरी या फिर टर्नरी पे ही रहें तो अच्छा रहेगा. फाइन. वैसे बट इफ आई वांट टू डू आई कैन डू दैट. इफ आई वांट आई कैन मेक अ क्वाटर्नरी ट्री. कैसे होगा क्वाटर्नरी ट्री? एक आई मीन एवरी नोड विल हैव 4 चिल्ड्रन, तो उसकी हाइट होगी log to the base 4n, राइट? तो ऐसे वो भी अच्छा, उसकी हाइट और कम हो गई. आई हैव टू रेफर इवन लेस नोड समटाइम्स, बट वो उसका जो रन टाइम है वो इट इज़ नॉट, उसकी कम्प्लेक्सिटी भी बढ़ रही है एक्चुअली. पॉइंटर्स बढ़ाने पड़ेंगे मुझे, बिकॉज एज अ नोड कैन स्टोर 4 वैल्यूज, उसके 5 पॉइंटर्स होंगे. जैसे इस केस में एवरी नोड हैज ओनली 2 पॉइंटर्स, बट उस केस में क्वाटर्नरी में क्या होएगा? 1 2 3 4 ऐसे 4 पॉइंटर्स होंगे, एंड इट कीप्स ऑन इंक्रीजिंग द कम्प्लेक्सिटी फॉर द प्रोग्रामर ऑल्सो.
Even sometimes it may happen that more iterations because child 4 again some other child 4 like that. There possibility.
No, not that thing. But what I'm trying to say is कि अगर हम इसे इंक्रीज करते हैं ना, ऐसे इंक्रीज करते जाते हैं. Okay, suppose I make an n array tree. वो तो array ही हो गया ना वापस, right? देखो मेरे पास 4 साइज I have an array of size 4. If I want to make a binary tree, a binary segment tree, it will be like this, right? If I want to make a ternary segment tree, it will be like this. This is the array. This is one node that takes care of the left 3 nodes, and this is one node that takes care of this node, and this is the node that takes care of these 2. तो अभी ये यहाँ पे बढ़ गया साइज हमारा, and now if I make a 4 array tree, उसमें एक ऐसे ही array ही रह जाएगा ना. I mean हर एक में, how can I tell you?
You cannot run through the
हाँ?
सेम थिंग.
व्हाट आई मीन टू से इज कि अगर हम एक ट्री का चाइल्ड्स इंक्रीज कर देते हैं तो लीनियर ट्रावर्सल्स बढ़ जाते हैं, क्योंकि टर्नरी ट्री में हमें 3 वैल्यूज को देखना पड़ेगा एक नोड के अंदर. बाइनरी ट्री में वी ओनली हैव 1 वैल्यू टू लुक एट, बट इन टर्नरी ट्री वी हैव टू लुक एट 2 वैल्यूज. उसे हम और इंक्रीज करेंगे तो 3 वैल्यूज हो जाएंगी, फिर 4 वैल्यूज हो जाएंगी. तो वो लिनियरिटी बढ़ती रहती है एल्गोरिथम की. अभी तक log n में सब कुछ हो रहा है, बाद में log to the base 3n में होएगा या फिर log to the base 4n में होगा, लेकिन वो एक नोड के अंदर की जो लिनियरिटी है वो बढ़ जाएगी. गेटिंग?
So we can say that there will be an optimum line.
हाँ, so that is
Yes.
between ternary and binary.
So how can we find that line for particular n? We can find out
For large, actually I don't know how they are finding it, but ये एक popular discussion है. CBIP में होगा, if you remember. Ternary tree था CBIP में, है ना? उसके अंदर बोला था कि maximum 3 तक ही हो सकता है. I mean हो तो सकता बहुत देर तक है, but it is better to not take it farther than 3.
Abhinav, can we use the combination of binary, ternary to access our results? Like, does the efficiency
Yes, we can
increase?
do that, but उससे again complexity बढ़ जाएगी. Not the time complexity, complexity for programming. वैसे कर सकते हैं. It is not a question of being it possible. Possible तो है ही है.
तो
And maybe
efficiency बढ़ जाती है या कम होती है? मतलब टाइम के हिसाब से.
if you keep it between binary and ternary, it will stay good. But if you take it farther than that, it has been proved कि it declines. Okay, it doesn't hold steady after that. It doesn't keep improving after that. Fine. Any doubts? Sure. Okay. Next one. Okay, now so I have another interesting thing to tell you. It is also based on one problem. Let me see. How much time do we have? Time is up, right? 1 hour is up. Do you want me to say it? If you say yes, then only I'll say it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so suppose that we have, again I'll have to show you via board. But this can be a little complicated, so please just, if you have any doubt, ask me. I have 100 chairs. For this example, I'll take 16 chairs. 8 chairs, okay. Easy for me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 chairs. And I have to seat my guests on it. Party रख रहा हूँ मैं और guests आ रहे हैं मेरे पास and I have to seat them. Now, when a guest comes, he tells me that I need the ith chair from the beginning, the ith empty chair from the beginning. So, just as an example, if a person is sitting here and my guest comes and tells me that I want to sit at the 5th chair, so I will seat him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Okay, and then he'll be occupying this position. Now, if a guest comes and he says that I want to sit at the 2nd chair from the left, I will make him sit here. Now, if a guest comes and tells me that I want to sit at the 5th chair from the left, then I will sit him here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The guest says that I want to sit at the ith empty chair from the left. So I have to count the empty chairs from the left. Fine. So now imagine this condition in 100 chairs. Okay, I am holding a very big party, 1000 chairs. Okay, so in that case, suppose one guest comes, he says that I want to sit at the 1000th empty chair. So I count from the beginning, I reach till 1000. And then one more guest comes, he says that I want to sit at the 999th chair. I again run from the beginning till the end and make him sit there. Then one more guest comes and says that I want to sit at 998th chair. So मुझे फिर से शुरू से end तक जाना पड़ेगा. Right? So this is the worst case एक तरह से कि the guest comes in this order. 1000, फिर 999, फिर 998 and 997. So I have to go from the beginning till the end many times. Right? तो इसकी complexity कितनी होगी? n square. Agreed? n square होगी ना? So ये भी n log n में हो सकता है. I'll tell you how. So for this also we will use a variant of segment trees, and that variant is like this. अभी सारी चीज खाली है. Fine. I will use some friends of mine, this even friends of mine, and they'll help me to seat the people. I will make one person sit here, and his responsibility is to keep in track the number of empty chairs in this region from 1 to 2. So he will store 2 with him, because the number of empty chairs in this region is 2. And again I will seat another person here. यहाँ पे भी 2 होगा, यहाँ पे भी 2 होगा. These are the empty chairs, and these are my friends who are standing with me to help me. Fine. And this number is the number that they are storing with them. And what does this number represent? It represents the number of empty chairs in the tree that they are representing. Fine. So again another person will sit here, and he will store 4. Now another person will sit here, and he will store 4. And another person will sit here, and he will store 8. Fine. Now let's start. Okay, and in this case also, see, the memory complexity is a little bit high, but it will provide us a good solution, as I'll show you right now. So one guest comes, and he says that I want to sit at the 5th empty chair. So that guest will first talk to this person. Okay, he will first talk to this person. Now this person will see if the number of chairs to his left is more than what the number that guest wants. Currently the guest wants 5, right? So, and this number is 4. So obviously the guest will be seated somewhere in this end, right? I'll repeat again. This person knows that there are total 8 empty chairs, and this person knows that there are 4 empty chairs, and this person knows that there are 4 empty chairs. Now if a person says that I want to sit on the 5th empty chair, obviously there is no chance that he will be seated in this area, right? He will be seated obviously in this area. So what this person will do, he will send him to the right, and he will make him say that now you want to sit in the first empty place. 5 minus 4, the seat that he wants to occupy, minus the number of empty seats to the left. Now the guest has 1 in his mind. Now he will tell this person, I want to sit on the first empty place. He will see on the left, okay, 2 seats are empty. So he will send that person here, again with 1 only in his mind. Now this person will see that he wants to sit in the first empty chair, and he will make him sit here. Okay. Now the number of empty chairs in this region is reduced to 1, and in this region is reduced to 3, and in this region is reduced to 7. Fine. Now another person comes, and he says that I want to sit in the second empty location. So this person will send him to the left, this person will also send him to the left, and this person will sit him there, here. Fine. And this will be changed to 3 and 6. Fine. And now the real thing. Another person comes, and he says that he wants to sit in the 3rd empty place. Now this person will send him to the left, and then this person will send him to the right with 2 in his, no, not 2, 1, right, sorry, 2 in his mind. And this person will make him sit here, and this will be reduced to 1, this will be reduced to 2, and this will be reduced to 5. So the can you see how this is working? Can you see how this is working? Can anybody explain all of us how it is working?
So divide and rule.
हाँ, it is kind of a divide and rule thing. So अगर एक पर्सन को दिखता है कि उसकी लेफ्ट में कम सीट्स हैं जितना गेस्ट चाहता है, तो ऑब्वियसली उसके राइट में ही बैठेगा वो. दिस इज द प्रिंसिपल दैट वी आर वर्किंग ऑन राइट नाउ. ओके, just for the sake of completion of this thing, I will give you one more example. Supposing a person comes and he says that he wants to sit in the 5th empty place. So this one will send him here, and this one will send him here with 4 in his mind. 5th empty place. Oh sorry, पहले 2 हो गया था. And here with 2 in his mind, and here, and he will sit him here. यहाँ पे 5 था, जब वो यहाँ पे गया तो 3 बचा उसके मन में. जब यहाँ पे फिर से गया तो 2 बचा उसके मन में, फिर वो यहाँ पे बैठ गया. सो हर एक पर्सन हमेशा हाइट ऑफ दिस ट्री यानी कि लॉग एन स्टेप्स में अपनी पोजीशन पे पहुंच रहा है. एंड एज देयर आर n नंबर ऑफ गेस्ट्स, सो दिस algorithm is running it in n log n time. पहले वाले में कितना लाइन्स कर तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाती, लेकिन इसमें मेरे फ्रेंड्स का यूज करके मैंने n log n में बिठा दिया सबको। तो ये भी एक तरह से सेगमेंट ट्री ही है, बिकॉज इट इज ये नंबर इस सेगमेंट का सम स्टोर कर रहा है, ये नंबर इस सेगमेंट का सम स्टोर कर रहा है, एंड इन द प्रीवियस एग्जांपल ये नंबर इस सेगमेंट का मैक्स स्टोर कर रहा है, या फिर मिन स्टोर कर रहा है, या फिर प्रोडक्ट स्टोर कर रहा है। तो वो सेगमेंट्स पे डील कर रहे हैं हम, एंड दैट इज व्हाई दिस इज कॉल्ड सेगमेंट ट्री। ट्री बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली ऑफ द ट्री स्ट्रक्चर, एंड सेगमेंट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, बिकॉज ऑफ द रेंज थिंग, राइट? So what did we learn now is that why segment tree is needed. We ran that program and it ran in what, 2 minutes, and segment tree ran in 0.3 seconds, and then we what did we do next? We found out a place where segment tree gives us a worst case answer. I mean a worst case time complexity. In that